How do you think this news will go down in Russia, where obviously Putin has a constant battle, actually, to keep the Russians on side? Really interesting, Nigel. I've been looking at the statistics over the past few weeks, and many Russians are starting to tune out of the state propaganda when it comes to the war in Ukraine. So this is going to be a very interesting moment for Putin, isn't it? Because it's a reminder to the Russian citizens of how much has changed because of his decision to invade Ukraine.
Yes, I think to modern day Russians looking back at it, they'll say, wow, look at the character, look at the behavior of Gorbachev compared to the way Putin behaves and acts today. But of course, to the real hardcore Putinites, they actually dislike Gorbachev and Gorbachev's legacy, because many of them actually hanker to see the old Soviet Union back again. And I suspect actually Vladimir Putin is one of them. Now, as I said earlier, he had become a devalued figure in his own country, despite his extraordinary efforts to open Russia up and to end that evil communist system. It's history is full of this. Very often the prizes, the honours and the statues go to the wrong people.
No, indeed, although a lot of people do also blame Gorbachev for the Yeltsin years too, where Russia went through a lot of struggles. So I guess it is a mixed legacy in some ways.
Yes, of course. And, look, it's rather like Brexit, isn't it? Brexit gives us the right to govern ourselves. It doesn't guarantee the fact we're going to be governed well. And Yeltsin, of course, turned out to be, a bit of a drunk, frankly, and something of an embarrassment. But it was at least the beginnings of a post-communist era and the hope and belief that we all had that Russia could become a modern, functioning democracy. And it just hasn't happened.
I have to say, Nigel, it is quite incredible, isn't it, to think he lived into his 90s, given that his health wasn't always the best, was it?
No, it wasn't. He wasn't a particularly robust character in that sense. No, he's gone on and lived a very long, full life. I can only guess that in the last 6 months he would have been dismayed to see Russia cast out, very much to the outer edges of Western civilization, which Gorbachev, I won't say that he embraced it, but he opened Russia up to having an understanding with it, and to see Russia driven into the arms of the Chinese Communist Party must have been a pretty depressing thing for him. He also did say at a private dinner in the late 1990s, he said, "I can't understand why you as the United Kingdom, having been so against the concept of the Soviet Union, are immersing yourselves more deeply in the European Union." So he did have a good understanding of geopolitics as well.